from RestroPro. Sorry, there was a typo in the schedule. Sorry. And RestroPro, as you can infer from the name, is probably a product that has to do with restaurants. So what it is basically it's an easy-to-use tool for small and medium-sized restaurants to connect directly with customers. So our platform is a platform, and our platform focuses on 3 areas. And they're marketing, customer management, and online ordering for restaurants. So they're customer management, marketing, and online ordering. So let's start with the basics. I mean, in every restaurant that opens up, they'll have a website, they'll have social media tools. I'm actually carrying 2 menus from restaurants, beautifully designed menu, and you'll notice on their front, they'll have their website, email, telephone number. Similarly, they'll blast their website on the front page. And then this restaurant actually accepts WhatsApp orders as well. So they'll promote these, but to be honest, if you visit both of these websites, you're gonna find blank pages, because they couldn't work it out. I mean, websites just weren't working. So we thought they had all these, websites and social media tools that were open up to them, and they were using these to kind of lure customers, show them the menu. They're great for discovering about the restaurant. But what was happening was, even though some restaurants have their own websites, they were just being used for those eyeballs. So people were coming, checking out their menu, probably looking at their phone number, but they weren't doing anything about it. What was next? Next is the sales. Basically, they need to get the orders in. So we just thought, hey, why don't we kind of help your customers as restaurants take the next step, get them to order, get the sales in. And then ordering, the conversion is very important for restaurants and that whole marketing aspect, because restaurants have very high overheads, very high costs, and fixed costs, rental, the food's prepared in the morning. If they don't sell it at night, there's no recovery, it's gone. So they have to work really hard to get out to the customers. So we're working backwards. We're saying, hey, why don't we provide you these tools that you can easily market? You can activate online ordering, you can do all these things, you can directly access the channel. We're trying our best to make it really easy for them. And this is a really lucrative opportunity, we think, for the investors in the room. And this is a startling number. Just last year, there were 600 restaurants that opened in Dubai, starting from a tea shack all the way to celebrity chef and bush restaurants. And some of you guys might be thinking, come on, God, there's nothing innovative about it. There's already been online ordering systems that are fairly successful, phenomenal success story. What are you even talking about? But what's happening is these third parties are taking a hefty percentage, anywhere between 10 to 20% from the restaurant owners. And they're sort of kind of complying to it because there are no options. They have to get the word out. And people are using digital means now. So we're saying, hey, why don't you connect directly with your customers to restaurants? Why don't you know a little bit more about their preferences? Who are your top customers? What are they buying? Get to know a little bit more about them. So that's our whole premise. I'm going to stop talking. Without further ado, let's get into the demo. Demos are a little bit tricky, so bear with me while I break things. So this is a typical customer website that they'll have. If you scroll down, you'll see their number, relating a little bit about the location, they can contact us. This is about it. And then we're saying, all right, you've got your vanilla website, and it does what it does. But when it comes to the menu option, when you care about the food, we're going to throw this plugin for you guys. You can click on our plugin, click menu, and then sort of get menu ordering right on your website. We didn't build a website for you. You probably got a teenager to build it for you, your cousin or something. But we're just adding the online ordering component. So you've got beautiful menu items there with the description. You have choices. If there's options in the food menu, you can add, let's say, going for the no-fee pie. I'd like white sprinkles and cream sprinkles because they're free. I can add them to my cart. I'm actually going to go for the Nutella pie as well. I can change different categories. So National Day's coming up. I'm going to order some cupcakes. I can go to different categories. I think I'm done. After that, I can check out, enter my information, enter a bonus number, enter my email, choose a pickup location, that's one option, or I can choose delivery. And it's not working. Let's just go for pickup. And then we're going to order it. So I see a message that says, your order is successfully submitted. But this is me as an everyday end user. What's next? This is the magic sauce. And the other thing is, I'm going to get back to it. So there's three components to our thing. One's the user, one's for our side, that's the admin panel that we can control and we have data. But there's something else. This is what we're providing to our end users, our customers. So we give them an account that they can log into. This is our dashboard. And the order I just made with my telephone number is there. And I'm done? Yeah. So yeah, we're providing this thing, and our revenue model is per month subscription.
Okay. So questions?
So your first point, there's two more questions. Your first point, I don't actually classify them as competitors. I classify them as complementers. The reason being, those sites are good for finding out about the restaurant the first time. But what about the recurring cases? What if you have your favorite pizza store and you have your own website? Why would you want to park 20% of your order, which is a pretty hefty amount on token price?
How much do you charge?
So we charge a fixed monthly charge. We're a SaaS product. So I will charge you a nominal fee every month. If you're a restaurant owner, you can take in 1,000 orders. You can actually encourage your customers to come to my website, because you have an incentive, because it's not a scale model where you're actually just only getting 80%. So that's what I think my unique perspective is. In terms of raising money, we've just prototyped it. We've got a couple of customers beta testing it. I don't have a number in mind, but I'll be happy to talk to you later on.
Sajjad, Samir from Turnate. Two things. First of all, which are the competitors? You're saying 10 to 20%.
Right.
Who are these websites taking 10 and 20%? You didn't introduce us to your team.
Okay.
Who management team for your product. Also, if it's a SaaS model, right? It's very hard to articulate on how are you going to offer in terms of subscription, the benefits to the restaurant owners as well as to the consumers. I do not see any cost-benefit comparison anywhere. So these are some of the things of concern.
Okay. I'll try to address a couple of them in the essence of time. In terms of team, we have a very short team. It's just, I'd say 1.5. I'm wearing multiple hats. And then I have another co-founder who's also a programmer. So it's two of us that are doing most of the stuff. And some of the other benefits you talked about. So customer, I'll talk about it in terms of the customer experience. I mean, this is where we think the experience can be good for them, is basically, I mean, if you want a food option right now, I mean, what sort of searching tool that you're using at your disposal right now? You go to Google, I mean, that's the de facto thing. If I Google pizza in Dubai right now, I'm getting, and the way Google factors it in, I'm getting like 10 links on the front pages, and all of them are restaurant websites. I can show that to you. Most of them are restaurant websites. No, I'm aware of Food on Click. I'm aware of Food on Click. But if you search pizza in Dubai, Food on Click shows up on the second page of my mobile phone.
Can we move to another question?
Yeah, sure. So I can talk to you offline about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
So we've looked at this space pretty heavily, the F&B space, especially East-wide and UAE-wide.
Right.
I think it's a very competitive space.
Okay.
The restaurant industry is
Right.
large in terms of volume of restaurants,
Right.
the numbers that do takeaway versus, let's say, high-end dining restaurants and quick service restaurants. There's you have to obviously break down the market into the required segments, but I think with takeout, the difference is that you're competing with the likes of Food and Click, there's Social.com, there's tawulati.com.
Right.
There's a lot more new entrants coming with a lot of funding behind them.
Right.
And I don't see what's different with your product. In fact, I think theirs is probably a far superior product. And the trick is with them is obviously they have the traffic. I think the goal here is traffic. So we were saying if you Google search on pizza in Dubai, you'll have restaurant sites like Round Menu or Zomato or Time Out even. So I don't see what's your value proposition and how it's unique compared to what is currently being offered in the market.
Sure, I can add one more part that I didn't get to the demo is one of the things that restaurants are actively using Facebook, for example. So I mean, they're posting pictures, they're getting the community engaged. So one of the extensions to our product that we've built is right from the Facebook page, they're allowing their customers to order. That's one thing. But I think our key value proposition is when we're talking about these third parties, all of the customer intelligence data is sort of with these guys, right? So they know, like, who their customers are, and their target is to reach the mass scale. But we're saying, let's say you're an individual restaurant, if you know, who your customers are, what their birthdays are, and their characteristics, you can send them an email on their birthday saying, hey, this is a percentage off. So you have that sort of customer intelligence data that you're dealing with directly. So I think that's where we come in. And all those third-party aggregators, I think what they're doing is a fantastic job. If anything, I think they're going to leverage my product because it's a complement. Utlove and Food Utlove, they're great for first-time discovery. But if I found my favorite corner store pizza, and I can just as easily go to their Facebook page or their website or their mobile website and order, I'm going to go back to them because they're going to incentivize me. They're going to give me loyalty points. They can, they'll send me offers because they know we get more value now. So we're sort of playing that game.
Okay.
Right. Thanks, guys. Right.
Whoever wants to talk to him again, you could always talk to them after the whole pitching.